Welcome back to my story time. So on this one I'm going to kind of do two stories together just because they're both around the same sort of thing. So Tea Tours is a very interesting time of year. So it's during the Flower and Garden Festival. We do guided tea tours around the garden. We talk about the history of the Twinings Company and actually goes into making a cup of tea. I'm actually hoping at some point to show a video of this, so keep an eye out for that. One of them comes from a previous program. So I was doing the tea tours, and when it's a wet day, we actually don't do it outside. So what we would do is we would put the teas up at an unused register, the boxes, and we would kind of talk about it there, which isn't that interesting, but you know, people have signed up, people still turn up, they still want to know. And I had nobody turn up for the one, and it was raining and everything like that. So I was like, okay, we're probably not going to do it. When these two girls who were already wet just come bombing up to me and they're like, have we missed it? Is it still going on? Because it's raining. And I was just a little bit taken aback. They turned out they were CPs, and a lot of CPs have their bucket list that they want to do before the end of their program, because a lot of them don't know if they're going to extend, if they're going to come back, you know, things like that. So there's a certain amount of things they want to do, and apparently the tea tour was on that list. I kind of looked outside and it was still raining, but you know, there was only the two of them. And I actually said to them that I had an umbrella. If we could find another umbrella, which I eventually did off manager, we could go outside in the rain. So we actually did a tea tour in the rain, and it was just the three of us, and it was so nice because they actually did a compliment. So I still have that sheet that's printed and laminated from my managers to say thank you from them for doing that. And that was just something really fun and small that I was able to do to make somebody else's day. And this just came up, and I remembered this story because of something that happened recently in a tea tour. So I had two little kids. I think they were twins just because it was a boy and a girl, looked about the same age, and they both had birthday pins on. So I was like, okay. Now when it comes to kids aren't that interested in tea. But they like to help, and I tend to find this is a great way of keeping the kids occupied as we're going around the tea tour. So what I did was, the first thing I did as we were heading out the door was actually ask both of them if they wanted to be my assistants, and they both very much agreed. They were really excited to be my assistants. So I told them, as we're going to the teas, you can stand there and kind of present the teas for me, which they absolutely adored. And by doing this, it achieves many things. So it allows it so that the kids aren't running around. It means the parents don't have to watch where they are because they're literally right next to me, and the parents can see them. But also it means then the parents can enjoy the tea tour as well. So it kind of calms everybody, keeps them engaged. So as we were going around, they would run up to the next tea and they would kind of stand like this, so they'd be like, da. And when we got to the end, the last two teas, they asked if they could announce the names. And we do the tea tours with a headset and a microphone. So I took that off and I kind of gave it to them, and they announced the names of the teas, which was really fun. So, you know, everyone involved was kind of laughing, cheering them on. We had a great time. And as we were getting to these last two teas, all of a sudden somebody called my name. Now, me being logical, I'm like, I'm doing a tour. I am literally with guests. How is somebody thinking that it's okay to just randomly shout my name, like a guest or something like that? And I turned around and saw one of the few people that is allowed to shout my name in the middle of a tour and get involved, which was Alice in Wonderland. So she was really nice. She was actually leaning on the fence, and she was asking me what teas we were talking about. By the end of the tour, we actually talk about cold teas. And when I told her this, she pulled a face. She did not like it. And I agreed with her. I was like, Alice, yes, I know cold tea is not a good thing, but you know, we're in Florida, it's hot. Can we, you know, gotta give them a break? And she was like, I suppose. And she was asking about what ingredients were in the tea, and it was a very fruity tea we were talking about, so blueberries, blackberries, so on. And you know, she was engaged in that, which was really sweet for the guests, including those two kids that I had on the tour at the same time. So that was a really sweet experience that we got to have Alice in Wonderland get involved. So Alice will often get involved if she's there. I've had Alice call to me on previous years asking if we've seen the White Rabbit, you know, and so on. So it's really nice when characters get involved in things like that, because it kind of makes it extra special for us and for the guests. So thank you for listening, and I hope you follow along for more. Bye.